Today, I'll be discussing how bots are ruining MM2 weapon values in Murder Mystery 2. I would appreciate it as well if you do subscribe, click here to check this video, which will be the card, like your comment, and there will also be a giveaway at 500 subs. Now, if you don't know, bots have been in Murder Mystery 2 for quite a while now, and they have affected quite a lot of weapons such as the Vampire's Axe, Ginger Scope, and quite a lot of godlies have been affected. Different weapons, to be fair, by bots. If you don't know what bots are, they're usually an account which is owned by, it could be multiple groups of people, it could be one person, and they just go into a server and they just somehow farm the candy or the coins. This is usually done with a script which runs on the back end. You can get two types of bots. I mean, obvious bots and actually real players doing this as well, farming. But we're talking about how these type of bots or players have ruined Murder Mystery 2 weapon values. Now, the Vampire's Axe was a weapon where you'd have to pay 98,000 candies to get it, and you could get it via the battle pass. Which, if you think about it, 98,000 is a lot of candy, and it would take you a long time as well to grind that out. As you can see, there's a screenshot there of someone getting the reward. If you think about it, there's maybe around maybe 500,000 players on Murder Mystery 2, and you know, maybe only like 12% should have got the Vampire's Axe. But due to bots, due to people scripting and performing malicious measures, the Vampire's Axe worth has fallen down. It has literally sank. And because the Halloween event has been running for quite a while now, I do believe that the Vampire's Axe will sink. Now, could Nicholas and the Roblox team implement a better anti-cheat solution or conduct something else? I don't know. That's their thing to decide. And you might be asking, but how do bots, yes, we know they use coins, they use candy to grind that out, how do they ruin the values? Well, it's because if a bot, for example, has 50 vampire axes, those 50 vampire axes are in the Murder Mystery 2 weapon market. And if loads of players have these weapons, their value drops. Now, at times though, the value can drop due to popularity going. It doesn't always have to do with duping, it doesn't have to be with bots grinding out those weapons. But that's initially what happens. And then the player who spent a lot of time trying to get that Vampire's Axe, or that godly, or that weapon, it doesn't really matter, realises that, oh, the value's gone. And there's quite a lot of godlies in the game, to be fair, which now have the same value as the Vampire's Axe. And I really disagree with this, because in all honesty, the Vampire's Axe should be quite a difficult weapon to get anyway. Now, what happens is with the bots though, is that they usually sell these weapons to some of those like market sites. You know, they can do loads of different other things with this, but they usually sell them to market sites, which is quite risky if you're buying it. And anyhow, it's usually not worth it unless you're mega rich to use these market sites, because the Vampire's Axe anyway, it won't be cheap. But I do see why there is a market for that though, because if you're paying like hundreds of pounds for the Vampire's Axe, it's much quicker to pay that money, you know, than grinding out for the Vampire's Axe, if you get what I mean, right? But this problem will not sort itself, and it's going to get more prominent, and it's going to keep happening until a fix comes out, which I don't really think. There will be no fix coming out precisely, because what's the point? You know, increases the player count, the owners of Murder Mystery 2, they earn more money basically, and they don't really have a incentive to stop botting, and I think it's such a widespread problem, you know. And even if you were to ban them, most people who bot or use bots, you know, they're quite clever, and they'll just think of another solution, you know, to bypass these. And at this rate, for example, they could be using like stolen email addresses or something like this, or compromised passwords, user accounts to run the bots. So it's going to keep spreading, it's going to keep spreading. But this is how bots are ruining Murder Mystery 2 values. It's because there's a lot of the weapons that, you know, they shouldn't really, the weapons that the bots are farming for are high in demand. And seasonal weapons as well, they'll be in demand for a while. There'll be demand, for example, at Halloween, Christmas, Easter or summer, you know, and that'll keep going. And that will ruin a lot of things as well. If you enjoyed this small discussion, I would appreciate if you did subscribe. That would really help the channel, and we would be going to our 500 subs, where I'll be giving away some godlies as well. Thank you for sticking around, and again, as I said, comment your opinions down below. This would seriously help everyone. Comment anything you want, your thoughts. And you know what? Have a really fantastic day. I'll see you at some point.